Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation that you find yourself in. And as always, we have 3 piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. And I'll also show you the reverse side of these cards in case that helps with your selection. If you'd like a private reading or a kinesiology session, you can find all the information in the description box below. I hope you enjoy your reading. I'll leave you with your selection. Have a wonderful day. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the chevron amethyst, then this is going to be your reading. And chevron is such a wonderful stone when it comes to enhancing intuition, and also dissipating negative energy, releasing any frustration and anger. It's the healer's healer, so you may need a lot of support because with this stone it makes me feel like you are the one often giving support, and maybe you're needing a little yourself at the moment, or just needing a bit of a cleanse, maybe detox or release of energy. So yeah, and we've got a packed week. I've got some great things written down here about some of the astrological influences that we're experiencing right now, and maybe you're already feeling those shifts. And I'm actually going to put down in the comments section one particular thing around Saturn, because Saturn has just moved into Aries, and maybe many of you have heard of Saturn returns and things like that, and how it can bring like quite a bit of structure or even a bit of a shake-up into the area it touches. And so in the comment section below, you might notice there's a comment there from me that will explain just a little mini horoscope for each rising sign. So if you don't know your rising sign, you will need your birth time, your exact birth time, not like a rough guess. It kind of does need to be exact. If you can find on your medical records, birth records or something. Unfortunately, if you don't have that, that makes it very challenging. However, for those that do, it will be there in the comment section below. Just look at your rising sign for a little bit of a horoscope as to how it's affecting you. But also understand that we're not all perfect 0 degrees. So sometimes even if you are a certain rising sign, it might take a little while before it kicks in. So looking at the degree can be also a bit of a tell as to when that influence will come in over the next year or so. Because it is like 2.5, 3 year transit, Saturn. So yeah, that will be down below for an extra little gift. But we've also got a new moon and solar eclipse in Aquarius, and that I believe is on the North Node, is it? Geez, now I don't remember. South or North? No, I think it is North Node, which is the direction that we're all heading in. And eclipses can bring profound karmic revelations and shake-ups for sure. New moons, new beginnings. I've got written here as well, Venus is conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. So that can bring about a lot of transformation in the area of relationships and your personal values. So we've all got a lot going on. We're also approaching the Chinese New Year, moving into the fire horse, which I'm sure many of you have been saturated with information about that. A big relief of energy coming out of that snake year and into the fire horse, and a lot of momentum building up there. I've also got here another noteworthy transit is Mars in Capricorn, which supports practical steps towards achieving your goals. So we really do have profound energy around us right now and shifting. I don't always go into I rarely actually go into the astrological influences on these general readings. It's more in a private reading where I can actually talk to a person and see their chart. But these are really like I said, quite profound shifts of energy that we are moving through right now. So yeah, sit with that, and hopefully if you have your rising sign, you can have a look below at how it's going to influence you. For me, I'm a 0 degree Aries, and it's moved into Aries. So that's my first house, and I tell you what, I am with it. I'm feeling it, and I'm embracing that. So anyway, into your reading. This reading looks really interesting as well, very detailed. There's a lot going on here. So let's just start with the signs. I can see we've got Virgo's energy here, along with Libra, Sagittarius as well. That's the main energy. I'm kind of feeling Aquarius with that King of Swords there too, you do have. But it doesn't matter too much if that's not your sign. Let's just jump into the reading. So in the past energy, you have the Seven of Wands. We've got the Seven of Swords as well as the King of Swords, as I just said. And so look at this. This to me is like someone who's kind of had enough BS. Someone might be at their limit in regards to this. And this is recent past. This someone is likely you. So here we have the energy of self-defense, protecting yourself against what? Trickery, lies, manipulation. I think this is someone who's just jack of it, you know, like had enough of certain things, having to fight so hard for what they want, or having to deal with people that have malintention, or just, yeah, it really feels a little bit wary in this energy. And but there's been a shift in this too. Like you're getting really sharp and clear about what you're going to tolerate, what you want. It's a clear communicating energy here. It can be a little detached from the heart, and maybe that's necessary in what you're dealing with. This is a confronting energy, but it's you confronting it because it's necessary for you. It kind of makes me lean into the message around the Venus conjunct Pluto as I'm holding this, in the transformation around relationships and values. Honestly, that's what this feels like 100%. So you may be really feeling that conjunction. And this is also like, yeah, I'm getting, as I look at it, like the fight of having what you have to go through to get to where you want to be. Like maybe it feels like there's quite a struggle or a battle, or you're having to come up against thing after thing. You know, it does feel like I'm getting Nine of Wands battle weary vibes. Anyway, progressing into the week ahead, we're starting with the Two of Cups. You have definitely another influence here with Venus conjunct Pluto and Scorpio. Two of Cups is a very intense or deep connection with somebody. So perhaps you have a very special person in your life that is there for you, a very good companion or friend. It is highlighted here at the start of your week, so you may feel very supported by particular people. However, it may not read like this for everyone in group 2. So let's just hold up the next cards in case there's a connection there. We have the Three of Swords as well as the Hermit. So for some of you, you might be reflecting on relationships and betrayals that have happened, and maybe you've pulled back your energy from people or a person or a specific relationship. Maybe a relationship is breaking down. That could be it as well. But for some of you, like, it could be separate. Maybe you've got really good support, but there's other things you're dealing with. I really do feel like there's a lot of internalizing and really reflecting on your truth when it comes to relationships and betrayal. It really, there's, you know, we can read it multiple ways in multiple layers. We can segment it or we can put it all together. And it's, yeah, that's the thing about a general. You've got to take what's yours and leave what's not. But this week, it does look like you're sort of really processing things that have been hurtful here. Three of Swords is there. It's a heartbreak energy. But the Hermit is pulling in and finding the inner wisdom about it. You know, you're not going to seek answers or trying to influence or change anything. It's just like going within and finding your own truth. It kind of marries with this King of Swords energy of being quite, gaining clarity from your wisdom of experience. And I kind of feel like you're leaning into your own wisdom in that you're your own confidant comes to mind for some reason. Like, you know, you're there for you. Like you have a good mindset, or you have a good internal dialogue with how you work through things. Very intellectual, very diplomatic. So as we progress into the week ahead, we do have the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So this is coming into an energy of perhaps tiredness, but also mental overwhelm with the Eight of Swords here, feeling limited, feeling stuck with something here. And then these three came out together at the end of your week, and I feel like could very well be related. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. So is it a work situation that you're feeling limited by, or like you want to pull back from that place or energy or situation? What is it going on here? You definitely have a lot of different things that you're juggling here. You're managing things quite well, like attending to all the different things of life. Maybe you do feel like your plate is quite full. Two of Wands can feel like you're having to be a bit flexible and manage multiple things at once and just keep the machine running. Like there's a bit of responsibility in this. But with the Three of Pentacles, there's an energy of collaboration, and maybe you're deciding, like maybe you've got a choice to make. Do I work with this team, or do I go off on my own, or start something new, or chase a different opportunity? This is definitely around monetary things, your work situation, your projects, the things you're working on, very physical. Pentacles are the physical world, and then we have the Swords, which is the mental world. And you can see she's laying down here and contemplating quite a lot, hand on the head, like, oh geez, like you've got a bit to think about, but try not to overthink things. There's a fair bit here, actually. I want to hold these cards up right away. I'll go into them deeper later, but they are your oracles and they fit this quite beautifully. So you have the meandering pathway with flow, beautiful wizard here in the forest. Got an adventure ahead of you, that's for sure. You've also got the full moon in Sagittarius with see the bigger picture. And then from this deck, you have simplicity. So if you put those together, you can kind of see the message that you're being asked to flow through a meandering path, which means twists and turns, things you may not expect. It's not a straightforward journey. And then you have the full moon in Sagittarius with see the bigger picture. Try not to get bogged down by the details and stuck in how am I going to work this out or that out, or, you know, limited thinking. Maybe thinking is limiting in itself. So don't think too much. Maybe that's it for you. Keep it nice and simple. Wherever you can grab some simplicity. We'll go into those cards a little deeper, but I just really feel that they totally support this week's energy. And if you're hearing the message and thinking, oh great, a week of that, don't worry. I really feel like it's, especially as the end of the week comes into this Pentacles energy after the processing, maybe a bit of pain, but you've also got support. You've got internal reflection ×2 with the Hermit and Four of Swords. A temptation to overwhelm, or dealing with someone who's overwhelmed as well. It could be someone else's energy in here and there as well. But it lands in a pretty grounded place. It's a nice practical steps. So the week may, I don't even know what to say. It may what? I don't know. It may be this, it may be that. Everyone's going to feel a little differently, but keep it simple. I don't want to buy into what it may be like, or how it may feel, or how it may affect you, but it feels like it lands somewhere quite nice. Underlying energy of this underlying energy is the Seven of Pentacles, but when I lifted it, I saw the Ten of Wands. I lift that and I see the Chariot. The Ten of Cups is there as well. So this is about your investments. This is about working really hard, and maybe feeling like getting ahead is like you have so much to do. It can be overwhelming and carrying the weight of the world. And sometimes the Seven of Pentacles, even though she looks, oh no, I was going to say she looks like pretty impressed, because like I don't have my glasses on as I look into the screen, but I look closer and I can see that she's actually a little bit like, when is this going to grow, you know? So it may feel like you're having to do a lot of work, but you're being asked to just step back from all of that. Find simplicity, go with the flow, the meandering path. You'll be taken left, right, all over the place by the look of it. But the Chariot tells me it's an experience that's going to build your confidence. I'm just noticing the wand in their hand. We've got wizard energy here. There's a lot of capability. There's a lot of magic. There's a lot of potential and manifestation ability. Ten of Cups underneath here as well tells me that this is what you're working for is very much attached to your heart, your home, and your family, the things that fulfill you the most. You've got big dreams to provide and to fulfill. Ace of Wands when I split the deck. I'm not sure why I did, but it's divine inspiration and a good burst of energy, the Ace of Wands. Anyway, looking into the challenge for you, you've got two major arcana, Justice and Temperance. It tells me that your challenge is bigger than the details as well. Maybe it's a more of a like bigger picture situation. Zoomed right out. So Justice can be karmic, I'm hearing retribution. Karmic rebalancing, but it can also be legal situations, things that require paperwork and authority and decisions and certain regulating bodies or something like that. And then we have Temperance. So there's an energy of alchemy here. There's an energy of balance quite strongly in both of these. For some, like I'm just feeling like touching into the energy of the traveling Sagittarius, and then that more Libran energy that it kind of makes me feel like rules over contracts and paperwork for some reason, even though it's quite relational as well. There could be something in that for you to do with those areas of life, but you're being asked to surrender to the way things are going to unfold, either karmically or legally. So maybe you're dealing with something in regards to that, but it feels bigger than you. You know what I mean? Like with that major arcana for sure. What will help with the challenge? Beautiful energy of the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. What will help with the challenge? For some of you, it's a gift that will support your independence. For some of you, it's a new beginning, a new job perhaps. You just focus on the one pentacle and it will grow. Plant one seed and nurture it, and you will find yourself in a garden full of plants. One seed may lead to another seed, which leads to another seed. Keep it simple. I really feel that for you this week. And I'm being drawn to this one as well. With greater awareness, you'll find the answers you're looking for. But I don't feel like you need to go searching either. Just try and keep it simple and practical. What will help with the challenge? Small practical steps, nurturing your body, things around new work, new projects, new beginnings, initiate things. And just really truly believe in your ability to create abundance and happiness. Because the Nine of Pentacles, that's an energy of self-sufficiency and reaping what you have sown, you know? So sow and reap, basically. Do the work. You've got what it takes. So in the area of what you don't see coming, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. This is really nice energy as well. It tells me what you don't see coming is that the journey ahead is going to get off to a slow start. Especially with the Knight of Pentacles, like this horse isn't actually moving at all. So there may be a bit of a stall in your progress or what feels like. And that's why the Seven of Pentacles was there too. It's like, well, when's it going to grow? I'm putting in all this work. Like, am I even putting in the work into the right place? Is it going to pay off? That sort of thing. And that's probably where the Eight of Swords comes in, overthinking it, wondering, where do I go? What do I do? What's right? The Page of Wands is an adventurous card. It's free-spirited and it's inviting you to play and explore and express yourself. I split the deck a moment ago and saw the Ace of Wands. So it really fits that energy of divine inspiration, flow, and a spark of life and creativity. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. It makes me feel like what you don't see coming is as you take these little steps on the path and explore and just let yourself be moved. The meandering path actually, isn't it? Can't wait to read that one for you. It feels like the meandering path, the Page of Wands. It's adventurous in that way. And the note of free-spiritedness is your flow, like you're being moved, you're able to be moved, you're inspired. Inspirable, perhaps. So yeah, the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups makes me feel like you're going to be, as you walk the path, even though it may be slow, you're going to be supported. You are going to have wish fulfillment. I really feel like this is an external energy that's going to support you, to gift you. This is benevolence. Maybe it's someone investing in you. Maybe it's reaching out for a particular grant or funding or something. I'm not sure what this means for you, but it'll be different for everyone. Maybe it's a particular person that helps you in some way. Maybe they give you the tools you need or whatever it is. Six of Pentacles is generosity and giving. You can also find yourself in a position to give, nurture, support other people as well. And working together and giving and being generous may lead you, again, to wish fulfillment. Maybe some of you have this humanitarian energy where you want to you're inspired to give to the people or create a charity or do something for people. It's in what you don't see coming though. There's wish fulfillment, there's support. It's a bit of a journey that you're at the beginning of. It's a slow start, but it's a start. In the outcome energy, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. So we're very much looking at our finances here. The way this has come out, it kind of makes me feel like in the area of your work, there may be some sort of setback with the Five of Pentacles. Some of you may experience like a cut in your pay or something, like it's something that maybe a big bill comes out and you've got to re-budget or re-strategize for this. But you've got what it takes because the Ten of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles is here. And this is somebody who has a financial backing or support or something that they've already built for themselves. Maybe you've already studied something that's going to back you up and give you got qualified already so you can get the job. But maybe some of you are struggling to find a job or to change jobs, or maybe you're feeling undervalued in your job. It doesn't have to be a loss of finance. It can also be a loss of value from someone, in a sense, being left in the cold or abandoned. It's that type of cliche message we get when we see the Five of Pentacles. But this person in the Eight of Pentacles is focused on building something here, the computer, or this is an artist energy as well. This is somebody who shows up every day. They're not comparing themselves to other people's journey. They're focusing on what's in front of them. And maybe there's lots of other things that kind of call for their attention and they could be scattered in their focus, but they're not. They're choosing to really hone it in. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastery of one particular skill or one particular project. Five of Pentacles, like I kind of, the Emperor, the High Priestess, the Empress. Yeah, because I'm like, that's interesting because that's all major arcana, and it also tells me that there's a becoming happening in this and you can't know it because the High Priestess is there. There's like you're going to need faith for whatever's unfolding here. It feels very much career orientated or future stability orientated. Yeah. I'm not going to go too far into it. I don't feel like it's something to worry about. I split and get the Empress again. It's abundance. So Emperor is what isn't the Emperor? You know, Emperor, well, we're looking at the Saturn in Aries energy when we look at the Emperor, absolutely. Maybe that's quite the influence of, like, Saturn is wherever that rising sign is for you. Like, maybe that's the kind of the influence. You're going to see a big change, but it actually is... hence the High Priestess, that, like, kind of that heavenly body influence. Yeah, I really feel like this is something that actually creates the new you in a way, a new chapter. I felt like doing a bit of a, like, let's look into the new Chinese year reading, but I thought, you know what, let's just go with the week, because either way, it's going to show up. The energy is going to show up. I'm just noticing on the Hermit card, the star on her necklace is really standing out to me now. Like, I don't actually think I've ever really paid attention to that before. That's what I love about readings too with different decks, is a thing will jump out you may have never seen before. The star makes me feel about the star card, of course, and that's hope. You're turning within, and when you go within, that's what I probably was saying before about that strong internal dialogue and a good inner dialogue. You've got hope here. You've got like a bright star that guides you. And it's in you. You are the star. Maybe you need to go in a little to find it and bring it out. Maybe there's something going on around that as well. Actually, yes, there is, because this card, you're on a journey to discovering your life purpose. So yeah, there's definitely a bit of an inward journey that looks like it may feel contracting at times, but that's a birth for you. Okay, let's look into these oracle cards. We've got the antelope and the wheat with nourishment. I'm going to read the upright and the reverse. You may find you take something from both areas or one. Upright is you are feeling fulfilled, nourished and secure. Celebrate your good fortune by sharing it with others in need. Invest in your community and ensure you are supported in leaner times. And you can see that in what you don't see coming too. There's definitely nourishment of community support and helping others. In the reverse, you may be feeling neglected or overlooked. While you may be tempted to hide away, Eight of Swords, try to emulate the antelope, rarely without its pack. Your friends and companions can help nourish you back into vitality. You've got that here with the Two of Cups, don't forget that. Who or what makes you feel nourished? What fills my proverbial cup? Those are the inquiries of that card. And yeah, I do feel like, it's particularly coming back to that chevron amethyst of feeling like you're quite the supporter. Know that you are supported and allow yourself to be supported by someone or people or around you. Yeah. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of reflection around where you haven't been supported as well, and maybe that's a little painful and you're processing some of that right now, and that's okay too. So in the where are we going? Meandering path card, I don't know, I'm going to read from, I don't even know. When life presents you a meandering path, rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. You might bemoan the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout and that you can't see what's ahead. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. If life right now seems to have some sinuous curves, bends, loops and turns, don't despair. All is as it should be. This card is suggesting that you relinquish control to the path forward and just see where it takes you. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know that what tomorrow holds to have an outstanding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll be exactly where you need to be for the highest good. It also says here, everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. And that's what your challenge is right now with temperance, is to surrender. Surrender to the path or to where you're being moved. There's a choice perhaps being made that's out of your control with justice there. But trust that it's the right choice, even if it doesn't feel like that. Like, step back and see the bigger picture. That's why this card is here, and just simplify your mind and wherever you can. Do we want to read this one? I really feel like we've kind of, yeah, okay, I'm drawn to the world is your oyster. When you draw this card, but you need to find balance between where you are and where you want to be. It may be that you need to do some more research before you move towards whatever it is you want. When you're manifesting, the journey of discovery can be as empowering as dreaming the big dream. One thing is for sure, having an open mind will serve you well now. Talk to people about your issues and get a bigger view of the bigger picture. But truly, I feel like it's a stand. Just step back and yeah, try not to get bogged down and overwhelmed by, like the other card said, what's going to happen tomorrow and how is it all going to pan out. So in the card Simplicity, to find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life, do only what matters and release everything else. That brings me to the Eight of Pentacles. That is this card. It really is. It's diligently focused and not scattered. Simplify your life. Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you and relinquish everything else. Do not delay, do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time restraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There's too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. And I actually listened to something this morning about the Chinese New Year, which is tomorrow. If you're listening at the time of recording, it was saying something about really spending the day before, because today's the 16th, tomorrow's 17th, spending the day before clearing out clutter and making room for that New Year energy. Yeah, so it might be a good time to let go of some stuff in that regard. If you're listening at the time, maybe you've already been doing that and it's just, you're flowing with that. Intuitively. So you've also got the card, sometimes good luck comes disguised as bad luck. So again, it's like maybe there's something going on here that feels like it's against you, or like the other card said, you feel overlooked, but you need to trust. You really do need to trust. With greater awareness, you'll find the answers you're looking for. You are on the journey of discovering your life purpose. So that is what I have for you in this reading. I feel drawn to not go with the pendulum today. So for whatever reason, I think it's like this is enough and we just need to be with just be open to what's shifting and have our own experience and not try to figure it all out. So let's leave that there, group one. I hope this has supported you. If you'd like a private reading or can easy balance, definitely find the information in the description box below and reach out to me if you have any questions about that as well. And yeah, hopefully if you've got your rising sign, you can enjoy that little horoscope down below and work with that Saturn energy, because it really is there to help us mature and grow in areas that maybe are uncomfortable or we've avoided, but definitely worth it. So I'll leave that with you, group one. I hope you have a wonderful wherever and whatever you're at, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye. Hey, group two. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this little drop of blood, no, it's actually a aura quartz, or sometimes it's called a strawberry quartz, or cherry aura. I think it's got a few names. It's very beautiful, but it does look like quite a drop of blood. Maybe you see a teardrop, but this stone, wonderful for soothing any emotions and embracing change, especially if there's a little bit of discomfort around change, or apprehension or stress in relation to changes that might be happening. So this is the stone for you this week. So group two, I also have an extra little gift for you this week. I've written down a few of the astrological things that are going on, so I don't forget to make sure I cover everything, but I've also got in the comment section below a little mini horoscope for how Saturn is going to affect you based on your rising sign. So you will need the time of your birth, the exact time of your birth, to figure out your rising sign. And if you already know it, just have a look in the comment section below and have a look at that, because Saturn has just moved signs into Aries, and you can definitely expect to feel a particular shift in that area based on that shift, that change. However, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to really feel the influence, depending on what degree we're at with Aries, or with our rising sign in particular. Our housing system is always a little different to each other, but either way, you can get a good amount of insight as to what's going to be kind of growing in your life over the next year or 3 years even. Yeah, as you may already know about Saturn returns, and often it's something feared because it's going to shake us up and make us change or grow up in a way we might not be ready for, but we are 100% supported in that energy, and it's actually happening for us. So yeah, have a look below. I've also got some other things to note here, which many of you probably already know, but some may not. We have the new moon in Aquarius and a solar eclipse. So we're in eclipse week right now. Eclipses can bring a lot of karmic cleansing, revelations, big changes, upheavals at times as well. And I think it's on that north node. I should have checked before I hit record again. I did the same for group 1. It's on the north or south node, but I'm pretty sure it's the north node. And when it is on one of the nodes like that, it can affect our destiny, where we're headed. It can bring a lot of change that is to do with our direction. We also have the Chinese New Year. I'm sure a lot of you have been flooded with that for the last few months about the year of the snake and the year of the fire horse. And if you're watching at the time of recording, it is tomorrow that will take place, the Chinese New Year. So that's a big shift of energy in itself. We've also got Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. So that we can see big shifts around our relationships and our values. So you may find there's a lot of transformation happening in your values, and that may affect your relationships. I want to say for better or worse, but I think it's for the best. Your values, I think how you value yourself, how you treat yourself as well will be, you're kind of looking at the relationship with yourself. I think that's a highlight for group 2s for some reason. I didn't say that in group 1, so yeah, it must be for you guys. We've also got Mars in Capricorn, which is really supportive of taking practical steps towards our goals and building our dreams. Capricorn is very, it builds things to last, and it takes time. And with Mars there, that's our ambition, our motivation, our drive, and sometimes our aggression as well. And in that area, we can find that, yeah, we're very much focused on taking steps towards our goals, and there's support there to be very practical in those steps. So yeah, a lot of shifting energy this week. You're likely already feeling it. It's a wonderful time. It can be a confronting time. It's definitely a time to be moved, and open and flexible. Open-minded, open really feels like the word to be. So and you've actually got this particular crystal which was talking about support during times of change. So group 2, I hope you enjoy the horoscope down below, and let's get into your reading. So we have here the signs of Cancer and Aquarius. What's down here? We've got Aries, of course. We've got Pisces and Virgo. We've got Pisces again. We've got a bit of Taurus, and we've got Leo energy. Virgo up there. So there's a fair bit going on here. Could be you or someone you're dealing with regards to that. Those signs. Don't have to. It doesn't matter if it's not your sun sign, but there could be something there that's noteworthy for you, especially those that do follow astrology. You know how to put those things together. Now let's jump into the past energy as always. Group 2, we have the Chariot. We got 3 major arcanas actually, and if I remember, group 1 had major arcanas all there as well, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I keep mentioning group 1, maybe you're drawn to it, maybe you came from there, but let's get into this group 2 reading with the Chariot, the Hanged Man, and the Star. Okay, where do I even start? So much came through when these first came out, and we're looking at where we're headed in the future, especially because I'm going to hold up the future energy of this week, like current energy, is actually the Three of Wands. It goes quite perfectly as to looking to the future, and you can see that here as well. With the Chariot, it is about movement, direction, and growth of our confidence when we're moving along the path. But we have the Hanged Man here, and what I'm getting with this, I feel like for some of you may be questioning your I heard the word motives, maybe that's it. Your intentions, your direction, the stories you tell yourself, the perception you have of your life or people around you or your situation. And for some of you, you may have been feeling quite stuck in thoughts, in limited perception, or feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place in some area of life. You could be feeling quite bound up at times. However, with the Star here and the Chariot, all of this in a combination, it makes me feel like you're challenging that within yourself, and you're wanting to strengthen, you're wanting to shift your mindset in a way that opens you up to the cosmos, that opens you up to hope and change. The Star here is, again, like, I'm not surprised that that's here, and we're touching on a lot of astrology in this reading. Normally I only leave that for private sessions because, general readings, I don't know why. I just felt like I don't know. Sometimes I drop little things, like if we notice something's coming up, but there's a lot going on right now. So maybe you yourself are looking at your astrology or looking to the stars and seeing how you're being moved or why things have been how they have. I think you're processing a fair bit, and you're shifting your mindset, and you're looking towards a future that feels hopeful. We've got this beautiful rainbow here. So to me, it feels like you've come out of maybe a stuck situation, or something that's felt like you haven't been able to have the right perception of it that's served you. Maybe you've had just one lens that you've been looking through, and you've had to step back a little bit and open yourself up to healing, open yourself up to your wisdom. I do feel like you're healing the way you see things, or have been doing that. Because maybe there's the way you've been seeing things you haven't quite enjoyed where that's landed you, or maybe you've been a bit harsh with yourself, or and I'm feeling like maybe you've been expecting the worst with certain things. So yeah, there's definitely a lot healing around perception and being moved, being able to be moved, and willingly embracing abrasive situations and challenges as to how can they help me grow. And sometimes we ask for that, like, bring me what I need, bring me the challenge, all right, I'm ready to face it. And then you get it and you're like, oh no. But we keep on going and keep on trying. And I really feel like there's a need to be forgiving of yourself and really kind to yourself at this time. So in the Three of Wands, we're looking to the future. It's a crossroad. It's after the crossroads energy of the Two of Wands. It's where we've kind of taken a step on a new path, and we're looking to see what's to come. Like, something's coming. You can feel it. And that's where you find yourself at the moment. And honestly, I feel that as well. For me, the Saturn in Aries, I'm 0 degree Aries rising. So straight away, it's there, and I feel it, and I'm motivated by it. First house is the body, and it's about also leadership and how you show up in the world. It's many things, and I definitely feel that for myself. So I'd love to hear how you're feeling that Saturn energy for you. Is it your Saturn return, perhaps? Anyway, Three of Wands, looking to the future. What do we have next is the Tower. This Tower feels good though, honestly. The Tower is something that can be an upheaval and confronting, but this one feels creative. Look at all these multiple hands, and it also makes me feel like when we see the multiple hands, it's talking about God's ability to support us beyond human capacity. And when we look at deities like Kali and such, we look at their many-handed gifts that they have. I really feel, not just because she's holding scissors and a paint palette, but it feels really creative. It feels like you may be willingly stripping apart your mindset, your perception, or something in your life that's not working for you. It does feel like reckoning energy, Saturn energy for sure. And I feel like you're expecting a bit of a breakdown in some regard. And when I say breakdown, like, it really could hit different for everyone, and intuitively follow that and feel what that breakdown means for you. But for me, I feel, and from what I feel for most of you, is that it is willingly stripping apart that which is not serving, that which is not working, to rebuild something solid, something stable. Four of Swords. As I thought of that, I'm thinking of the number 4. It's so weird because I'm like, is there a 4 over there somewhere? Anyway, I often forget what the next card is. I'm just so in it. But the 4 of Swords, next card, and 4 is a number of stability, but it's also meditation and reflection here. This person is needing a bit of a time out. Maybe you're needing a bit of time out to break down your thought process, or even your schedule and the way you go about things with time management. That could be a factor here for you as well, making sure you're getting enough rest. I do feel like as things are shifting, changing, maybe you're willingly moving through this. Like, I really do feel like this is you doing it. You've also got transformation, and there's a pearl and a butterfly here. That is really strong symbology, along with the number 8, butterfly spirit transformation. We'll go into that soon. But it feels like you're a very willing participant in the transformation and stripping of yourself, your life, your mind, whatever it is, that's not working. You're meditating on it, you're sitting on it. I feel like meditation could be really nourishing for you at this time, and probably something good to lean into. Getting more rest and just pulling back from the rest of the world while you work through whatever you need to work through. Actually, it draws me to this card. I think it's because the swords kind of look like the wood. I just jumped out on the table there. And this is the beaver. It's a card of home. And home to me is the energy of rest and nourishment and security, and just taking a nice time out to be in that nourishing space. So home could be really important to you this week as well, like a bit of privacy to go through whatever it is you're moving through. And I don't I feel almost like I'm saying this in a way like, oh, it's going to be really hard and you're facing a lot, but and probably true in a sense, but it actually does feel quite liberating and nice. Like, there's a lot to enjoy. There's a lot of pleasure you can grab at. You've actually got the card pleasure. That's kind of what I want to go into this part as well, because it feels like it's actually a beautiful thing. Progressing into the week ahead, we've got further into the week ahead, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a card of clarity, but it's also like shock awakening as well with the lightning in this card. It's like, and the crown here, which is often with the Ace of Swords, it really makes me feel like an aha moment or a realization of your worth, or like you're straightening your own crown is what that feels like. But it's also potentially for some of you that you're getting a message from someone that you need to deal with. 7 of Wands is next, and that is a self-protective energy. That was the second message I got when I saw this, by the way. The first one was a liberation energy. 7 of Wands is somebody who stands up for what they believe in. They're willing to fight for their truth, or even if everyone else is saying, no, you can't do it, they're like, yes, I can, just watch me. Although that doesn't really feel like it is that vibe, you know what I mean? The second message I then got was perhaps someone is actually going to reach out to you, and it's like, I don't want to hear from that person, or you may need to stand up for yourself based on what's said. And then that was confirmed after I got that message. I pulled the next card, which was the 8 of Wands. So I was like, okay, well then, yeah, that's highly likely that's a factor for some of you, that there's some sort of messages back and forward. You're having to address a conversation with somebody, because 8 of Swords is about message, but it's also forward movement. Now, something that sits above that directly on the table, as it always seems to line up like that, is the card, something from your past will resurface, and it's okay to revisit. And that could be this for you. Maybe there's someone from the past that's going to reach out, or something, maybe it's a past pattern that you're outgrowing. Again, Ace of Swords mindset. It doesn't have to be a message coming and a person you're dealing with. It could quite easily be your own past patterns that you're getting this realization, this is what I need to do. I need to claim my power back. I need to straighten my crown. I'm not going to repeat this old stuff from the past. It's not who I am anymore. I've grown past this. So however it resonates, take it intuitively, but of course the week will unfold and reveal itself. I love that, actually. Sometimes some of the messages that come through, at first some of people will receive them and think, I don't know about that, and then sometimes they'll come back and comment later in the week and say, wow, that actually unfolded exactly as it said, and I did not expect that. But it's always gratefully received once it unfolds. Anyway, even at the time as well. But so the last card of the week ahead is the Queen of Swords now, and it reiterates that if you're dealing with something from the past, you're having a really clear boundary around that person or situation, and it's not hard for you to deliver your truth. It's not emotional with the Queen of Swords. It's just pure intellect. You're sharing your ideas in a way that is really grounded in truth. It can be a cutting energy, particularly with the Seven of Wands there, Tower. Some of you may be needing to give a bit of a push, but I don't know about that either, you know. I feel a lot of clarity in this, and the full moon there at the sword as well. It's like it really is revelation and clarity and truth and direction. Oh goodness, I feel like hiccupy or something. Okay, so definitely a lot of communication at the end of the week, in some regard. The bottom deck energy of your reading is the Seven of Swords, and this one looks like a pretty positive one. I mean, it always can be positive, any card can be. But she's got a bit of a smirk here, and to me this looks like somebody who's got a bit of a plan, but they're keeping it to themselves. Like you've got something that you're working on and you don't really want to show it to the world yet. This is a card of strategy, of being quite careful and discerning and keeping information to yourself, not because you want to be tricky or shady, but more because you've got your own process or reason. You've got a rhyme or reason. I don't want to speak to that because it's your own, and it may be different for each of you. And I don't want to, I just feel like the underlying energy is your strategy and your plan right now is worthy of your care and attention, and maybe keep it to yourself just a little bit. If you've got some inspiration or divine motivation, you've got to, like something, because Knight of Wands is underneath that. There's certainly something there that you're running with it, and it's yours for now. It's yours. Keep it close to your heart, perhaps. The Fool, I see the Fool, so there's definitely a new beginning in that regard too. Now, in the area of challenge, I got 2 extras because they flew out, but the first 2 were Major Arcana of the Hermit and the Moon. So you can see here a lot of Major Arcana in segments that show that things are bigger than the details or the moment. Things are bigger than us right now, how we're seeing it, you know. The challenge in this is that maybe it's a challenge to face what is inside you that may not be working. With the Hermit and the Moon, needing to go within to find the wisdom, and you've got it. You've got so much. I'm hearing you've got it in spades. It's not something I would normally say. Maybe that relates to someone, or it's a special message. It kind of feels like someone particularly says that, and I don't know, that feels uniquely individual. Anyway, the Hermit and the Moon. I'm just noticing the dog here, white dog too. It's like loyalty. This energy of loyalty is with you. But it's in the area of challenge. So being loyal to yourself, is that a factor here? Is that something that's a challenge for you at times, to really be there for you? The Moon is about our fears, but also our subconscious realm, the things that we're unaware of at times. It can be our deeper emotions as well. It can be illusion energy, murky energy. And so the challenge right now is perhaps just turning within and kind of trying to figure it out a bit. And the extra cards that fell, I was relieved to see, because it really reiterated what I was feeling, was the 9 and 10 of Wands. And this is wounded warrior energy and carrying it all on your own. That's not working for you. That's why it's in the challenge. So you're being encouraged to turn within and do a bit of reflection. See the mirror here? You're not going to get it externally. This is something you already know, but you need to dig for. And a bit of meditation wouldn't go astray here. You may be self-protective to an extreme in some regards, and it could be because of past fears. For some of you, kinesiology could be the thing that helps you sort of go to the core of this and dissipate whatever this block or something you're holding. I know, because I think I made a post recently. I did make a post recently where a week or two ago I was feeling like my own, exactly this energy of just holding on to an old pattern, and it's like, I gave myself a balance. I'm so grateful that I can do that for myself. And my body asked for a consciousness integration balance, where I looked at different survival structures in the brain, hypothalamus and thalamus, that are in charge of I think I actually mentioned it in the group reading after it happened too, because I was really happy. Like, it was one of those things that I don't always, like everyone, I'm sure, sometimes we forget ourselves. You know, we do for everyone else, but we forget to do that for ourselves as well. And maybe there's a message in just me saying this, that you needing to do that, whatever that is, do that for you. Maybe you're a Reiki practitioner, maybe you're a massage therapist. Give yourself those things. I don't know what it is, just little, you know what I mean. Where am I going with this? Yeah, the integration balance, consciousness integration balance. It was quite profound. It went into the nuclei and the different hormones that are in relation to bonding and things like that. And I can't even describe. It's such a profound shift from when you start the balance to how you feel at the end. It's like the issue's gone. What? I can move now. What? Why was I even stuck? You know, it's actually quite profound. Maybe I'm saying that because someone needs that support, whether it's me or another practitioner or a different modality entirely, that helps you dig to the core of something. Because the sub-moon here and the Hermit, there is a bit of subconscious murky energy that needs wisdom and insight and release and bravery to face it as well. I get it. I'm feeling with this one as well, maybe you're also holding on to some stories or things from the past that keep you at distance to others, or keeps a barrier between you and I don't know what, but I do feel like you might be cutting yourself off in some area there too. Like you maybe needing to, you're needing to let something go so that you can be open and less guarded about some things. In the area of what will help with the challenge, you've got the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. This is actually interesting because this is truly Saturn in Aries energy. So again, if you'd like to look at the horoscope down below as to what area of life this could be talking about for you, Emperor energy is also that of stability, of structure, of discipline and authority. And so being that for yourself. And also with the Ace of Wands, I'm feeling drawn to hold this card up. The full moon in Virgo would take inspired action in the area that brings stability and structure to your life. Believe in yourself. There's something really strong about you, and maybe sometimes you doubt that. You're really being encouraged to grow into your strengths. And I'm being drawn to this card now. Challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges. It will help you. Follow the divine inspiration that you get as it comes up. Maybe you're inspired to go to that yoga class. Maybe you want to take a walk after dinner. Maybe you want to write down your thoughts and ideas. Maybe you're going to do that meditation. Follow the inspiration. Take the inspired action. Do the thing that brings stability. There's something here as well. I almost want to look at the book because I never read the tarot books. I just jump into the cards as most readers do, I'm sure. And sometimes they have their own little insight as to what it means. I feel almost drawn to do that because the volcano here is like a threat of an eruption. And so maybe you're needing to control anger as well, or something that having more control over your emotions, or more like not discipline's the wrong word. Yeah. I mean, let's have a little, if I open to it quick enough. Oh no, Emperor's always at the start, so that won't be hard. What jumps out to me? Oh, there's questions at the bottom. I'll do that. Are you setting the right boundaries to protect yourself? What strategies can you use to resolve a problem? And to what or whom should you say no? So there's a bit of boundaries there as well. I didn't touch on that, but it can be structure as well. Yeah, take it how it resonates, but I think it could have been seen in that. Anyway, let's jump into the next part of what you don't see coming. You have strength. You also have the Four of Wands. This looks nice. What you don't see coming could be a bit of a dance party for some of you, like quite literally. We have the Empress here as well as the High Priestess, nourishing energy. So what you don't see coming is you growing in a way that helps you feel at home in your body, feel at home in your vibration, yourself, your essence. You feel like you're shining or representing yourself in a way that feels true to who you're growing into. very intuitively guided. Your intuition could be on like really on tap, messages for everyone, messages for yourself, or just that divine knowing that leaves you feeling nourished and supported. There's energy of fertility and motherhood here as well for some of you, and the energy of home, so making the home more beautiful. There could be changes in the home with the Four of Wands being here with the Empress. Strength is also an energy of overcoming challenge. So this could also be overcoming challenge in sense of belonging with community. There could be an opportunity for you to step into community or step into a bit of a light and not hide yourself, but let your radiance and beauty shine. Like you're it's like you're not wanting to hide or something like that. Yeah. I did very the people listening to this are clearly mystics, healers, visionary. Like you guys, look at you, Empress. I really believe this is your energy together here, the Empress and the High Priestess, and it's such a beautiful energy. Very fortunate to be around somebody like this. Scorpio is noted on the High Priestess card actually, which is interesting because we usually say that's a Pisces energy, but I'm just seeing the little scorpion on her dress. So it could be also something around Scorpio, or that's actually funny, pregnancy, because we're at Valentine, you know, and they always say that if you are to fall pregnant in Valentine's, you will have a Scorpio child. So maybe there's a message there for someone that's that she's holding an egg. So, and then we got the Six of Cups in the outcome. So yeah, there's definitely a message of family or pregnancy for some people, but obviously that's not for everyone. Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Wands is in your outcome. So this can be many things, honestly. With the Six of Cups, it's about children, it's about our past, our childhood, our inner child. It's about soulmates that feel like we've spent lifetimes together. So these are the themes that are around you at the moment. Sorry, there's a gardeners coming in, so it might be a bit loud out there. Just trying to shut that thing. Anyway, Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So what's going on here? I feel like the gardeners are way too loud to start with. Jesus. Anyway, maybe that's a message for you too. Like there's going to be things that distract you, but stay the course. They really are quite loud. Hopefully you can hear me well still. Anyway, Queen of Wands, stepping into your power. And was I just talking about being a mystic and a healer? Queen of Wands is exactly what she is. It's also somebody who is not afraid to shine and be the independent queen that they are. Somebody who is unique, trailblazer, leadership qualities here. There's wish fulfillment going on. Is something you're wanting to manifest. Maybe it's a childhood dream, something you knew you were meant to become in this life. Maybe you were told as a child, like from spirit, or maybe a reader or something, where you had this knowing, and maybe you're seeing glimpses of your wish fulfillment coming true from a childhood dream. There could also be things going on, like I said, around family planning or things around your family that feel like it's really fulfilling and nourishing. Like you're drawing towards you people that feel like home, especially with the Four of Wands being here and what you don't see coming, like soulmates coming into your life, friends, feels like friends, but could be also a romantic partnership if that's something you're open to. But Queen of Wands, like this is artistic energy as well. It feels like a medicine woman. All of that felt like medicine woman. You are in an artist energy. You're breaking things down because you are a divine creator. It's very Kali energy here. I almost want to pull a Kali card for you now, but it's over there and we're here. Let's go into the oracle cards to finish up your reading. I'm not going to do the pendulum this week. I did think it feels like let's just be with where we're at and not, I don't know, just felt like not the time for a pendulum. So the card of home, I'm going to read the upright and the reverse. You may take something from both or either. Upright, now is a time to focus on nesting, homesteading and settling down. Decorate and tend to your environment in a way that supports the feeling of home. And that's literally the Four of Wands as well, the Empress. I did say that. This is, you could be feeling like you're making changes in the home that make it feel like it represents more of this luxurious energy you want to enjoy. Makes you feel more grateful and fulfilled. Now the reverse meaning is you may be feeling reclusive, like a hermit in your cave. Consider planning a trip. Your spirit will benefit from time of travel and self-discovery, or just going and dancing, being in your community, going to an event, something like that, just getting out and about, making new friends or meeting new people. Yeah, actually, because I just, you know how the eyes draw where you got to go? They just drew me to, don't worry so much about not finding love, it will find you. And I do feel, as I look at these cards, there is soulmate energy coming in, and this does not have to be romantic, although for some it will be. This love can be in friendship you've been asking for. It can be in the love you finally find for yourself, to do that thing, to step into who you're becoming. Like the love will find you. There's love growing. So the inquiries of this card is, what do I appreciate about my home, and is my home a place or a feeling? I like it. I like it. I love home. Who doesn't, right? Okay, so did we already look at this? We did look at it, but we haven't read it. Butterfly spirit with transformation. Lots of really strong symbology, especially with the message of the pearl there. Bit of grit. So where am I going to read? You receive this card when you are in the process of change. Old structures, beliefs and ideas are falling away to be replaced with vitality and new pathways. Soon you'll be seeing the world in a fresh way. You're at the beginning, in the middle, or at the completion of an enormous transformation in your life. Do not hold on to old structures and limited ways of thinking. Saturn won't let you. Even if it looks as if you're in murky waters, things feel confusing, and even if it seems that everything is dissolving around you, this is only the clearing that occurs just before the rebirth. It's all for your highest good. Remember, you are safe as those changes occur around you. The butterfly is a powerful metaphor for transformation, for it often gains its wings. For it to gain its wings, the caterpillar must weave the chrysalis and then completely dissolve into a kind of liquid soup before reforming into the shape of a butterfly. Enzymes dissolve all of its tissues before it metamorphoses into something completely different. So relax into the changes. You are bringing vibrant energy to the world. And is that not this tower? Like you're breaking something down, you're turning yourself to goo, perhaps? It's an alchemical process. The past is behind you. Everything is changing. It's time to launch a new cycle with a new project. With care, miracles can abound. And I'm just being drawn again, that thing from the past is resurfacing, and maybe it's visiting for you to put it to rest. Okay. And take inspired action. We did already look at that a little bit with the cards that were here. So this card is bursting with goddess energy and reminds you that while it's wonderful to have lofty dreams, you also need to ground those desires by taking inspired action. Commune with the heavens, but take practical steps down here on earth. Draw down the energies of the divine by doing something as seemingly trivial as making a bullet point list of what you need to do to manifest your dreams into reality. Also know that you're 100% worthy of your dreams. Ditch self-effacement, criticism, and second-guessing yourself and others. I forgive myself for everything. I am doing my best. I touched on that before too. I really do feel like it's a time to be very forgiving of yourself, because you are shedding. You are really, truly are shedding and growing into something. It feels good. So you have the card pleasure, a relief to see. Savor your life, each and every part of it. Take pleasure in slowing down and experiencing each of your senses. Taste your food with full gusto. Inhale the scents of the world around you. Enjoy the colors and textures of your life. This is truly a stop and smell the roses card. Embrace your sensuality. Move in languid ways. Let pleasure be your password into every intimate part of your life. Allow your life to be less about being productive and more about enjoying each moment with verve. Is that how I say that? Anyway, a radiant energy will flow through you in all directions of your life. And as I was reading that, I'm feeling yoga for some reason. Maybe you like that's a way to really just savor movement and expression and breath in the body. I'm being more drawn to like Shakti yoga. I'm not sure if you may know what that one is. Maybe you do. But if that hearing that you're like, oh, there's something in that for me, go and have a look. Shakti yoga is actually really amazing, and to me that is sensuality and pleasure it's definitely savoring something. All right, leave it with you. So we have, what are these cards? Something from the past. Don't worry about finding love, it will find you. And then you have challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges. I'm not sure if I hold that up yet, but it's making me feel like holding up the Emperor card again. You have got what it takes. This is what will help with your challenge, this card. So do challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges, because my gosh, are you strong. Hi, that is what I have for you in this reading. I think I've covered everything. Yes, I'm glad I wrote that down. Otherwise I would have been not sure. So yeah, that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope this has resonated with you and given you encouragement for the week ahead, for the year ahead, for the cycles that are beginning. Comfort, clarity and guidance as always. I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Group 2, please take care. Bye. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the tourmaline with a bit of quartz in there as well. Tourmaline, as many will know, is the stone of clearing negative energy and protection. It's a strong protection stone. And with this small amount of quartz there, the message I'm feeling for this one, because quartz is one of those stones you can use when it's like really adaptable. And adaptable was the word I strongly felt when I held this. So it's like what I'm getting here is there's something you're needing to adapt to, but without letting go or clearing something heavy, it's going to hold you back from being able to be free and clear and able, I feel like a clearing is needed. If you feel drawn to kinesiology, it could be one of those things that really supports you, or any other modality, but I really do feel like there's a need to clear. And you know what, you've actually got the beautiful deer and the oak card, which is about healing. There's a lot more in this reading. It's a pretty profound reading. It's a pretty profound energy. Strap in, group 3. Group 1 and 2 I thoroughly enjoyed as well. Really potent, strong messages. A bit of a long reading as well. So hopefully you got the time for that today. So I've also written down a little gift for you. You might have noticed already in the comment section. I'm going to be posting, or will have posted, a comment that has a short horoscope as to how Saturn in Aries is going to affect the different rising signs. So to know your rising sign, you are going to need your exact birth time. Can't be a guess. It does need to be exact. So maybe birth records or something, if you can find that. Getting your rising sign will give you a strong indication as to where Saturn is moving. And of course, it may not be immediate in the sense that we all have different degrees in our housing, as I'm sure many of you already know. But some may not. And so, I definitely have a look into that if you don't know, because I think it's very, very important. You may have already also heard of a Saturn return before. Maybe some of you are actually experiencing your Saturn return, which is usually when you're about 27 to 30 years old. And it's something a lot of people fear. I don't know why, because it brings in a lot of change that's needed for stability, for maturity. It makes us grow up in a certain area, and it will knock out anything that is in the way of you growing. Anything you're avoiding, you are forced to face. And I've also written down a bunch of other things that are going on astrologically to share with you, because it's a really intense time. This reading, like the last two, went for like 30 minutes. I'm not surprised. This one probably will as well. So we're starting out with eclipse energy. We've got a solar eclipse, also a new moon, both in Aquarius. What house is that? There's so much we can take and look. We can take and look at the chart. You can self-teach quite well with things like that. But anyway, The eclipses bring about big karmic revelation and karmic clearings or realizations or things you can't avoid. It can be a big tower momenty at times. Although you don't actually have the tower in your reading, all three groups do have the Four of Swords though. So there's a lot of inward reflection and needing to process and just meditate through this. So Saturn in Aries, of course, I've got here, and there'll be a horoscope below for your rising sign. Please enjoy that and check that out. For me, I'm a 0 degree Aries, so it's first house for me, and I'm feeling it. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. More structure in that area. So you also would know very much about the Chinese New Year. That has been quite saturated over social media for the last few months. Some of us are sick of hearing about it, but it is what it is. And it is worthy to pay attention to, particularly you may have experienced that because the story of the Jade Emperor with the snake and the horse racing across the line to know which year who comes first in the years. The snake hides at the finish line, and the horse is galloping along, and the snake scares the horse, as snakes often do. And so some of you may have, and I certainly have seen it as well, a last ditch attempt to scare you or to throw you back or throw you off. Anyway, Chinese New Year is another shift in energy that you will likely be feeling. We also have Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio, which can bring about big transformation in the area of relationships and your personal values, how you value yourself, what's important to you in relationships, friendships, partnerships of all kinds. So yeah, probably going quite deep in that, whether it's internally reflection of your relationships and values or things are actually happening on an external level. Pluto is very transformative. We also have Mars in Capricorn. That's a beautiful energy, kind of supportive in the Saturn Aries, I guess. I feel like it is, but who knows. Mars in Capricorn is about an energy, because Capricorn is something that builds slowly over time. It's the ancient love. I love Capricorn energy. And with Mars there, you can see that Mars is our motivation, our progress, how we move through the world. It can also be our fight, our fire. It's our war, god of war. And in Capricorn, it can support us with achieving our goals through practical steps, like the Capricorn energy. So you might feel like now's even if you were wanting to create changes, you might feel really now is the time. Like it's a big shift in energy. I know I'm feeling it, and many other people as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I probably only scraped the surface. I'm sure there's a lot more going on, but those were the main ones I wanted to share today in your reading. So yeah, keep that in mind. Enjoy the horoscope below, and let's jump into your reading for this week. So some of the energies I have here is Aquarius, of course. We've got Virgo as well. We also have Cancer here. We have Cancer again. You could call that Pisces if you wish. We've got Capricorn, interesting. We've also got Leo here as well. So yeah, those could be you, someone you deal with, and part of your chart that's activated. Who really knows? Let's just jump into the past energy here for group 3. Did I say group 1? I don't even know. Group 3. I always think that like after, I'm like, what did I say? Okay, so we're starting past energy with the 4 of Cups. The King, the King of Cups. I was like, hang on, is that the Queen? It's hard to tell with this deck because it just has a crown. I'm pretty sure this is the King of Cups, but either way, it's kind of a similar energy, and I'm going to read it intuitively. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles here as well. So this is interesting. So in the recent past energy, this is a time where you are working through some sort of emotional disappointment, something your heart felt attached to, and there's a lot of disappointment in the situation here. 4 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. So it shows that this is a time where you could be feeling like quite maybe tumultuous with things that you feel attached to at the heart level, and it could be at times it's like up and down, you know, because the rocky waters of the Two of Pentacles is sometimes like feeling a bit of instability, but trying your best to stay grounded and flexible and move through this and bring emotional awareness into the situation. And sometimes that's kind of really hard to reach for. Maybe there's a lot of pain in the situation that makes it hard to reach for that intellect in that area. But it is something that's growing for you. It's something you're trying to heal and bring wisdom to. A disappointment in that is something that you care deeply about, or did care deeply about, something that you felt attached to. It could have been a relationship or someone you loved, or someone you idealized perhaps. I do feel strongly around the message of idealizing. Some of the other cards really do speak to that here. And yeah, I do feel like there's... It's been hard to process this. It's been hard to let go. I feel like with the Four of Cups, I mean, it's often depicted in this way. A person's, you know, arms folded, not really open to seeing another perspective, or not really open to letting it go, or letting it move or happen or flow or heal. There's definitely a resistance in that. And at times it could be quite challenging, and there is a deal of you have been forced to stretch. Oh, that's what it feels like. You have been pushed to bend and stretch in something that feels heavy in the heart. So progressing into the week ahead, we have got the Three of Wands here coming out with the Chariot as well. Both of these are forward-moving, forward-thinking energies. The Three of Wands is looking to the horizons and sort of expecting or waiting for what's to come next. You know there's a shift. You know there's been a change. You've taken the crossroads already. The Two of Wands has already happened. You've taken a new path. So what's on this new path, you wonder? The Chariot here is building a bit of momentum. It's trying to take steps forward, but now we have the Seven of Cups. So it's a bit of an overwhelm. What's the right path? Where do I go? What do I do with these feelings? How do I process this? It's emotional cloudiness. You're trying to stay grounded and balance the tension of opposites here, kind of that Two of Pentacles as well. Like there is a bit of a pendulum feeling here, and trying to hold both of those and breathe wisdom and love and healing into that, or into yourself as you hold it all, can be quite the challenge and can bring a lot of overwhelm. Sometimes the Seven of Cups is a bit of wishful thinking, or it can sometimes be a bit of a warning of being careful what you choose, or careful what you wish for. Not everything you're looking at is good for you right now, so don't take any major steps. It might be a time to just take rest and reflect and heal, as the Deer and Oat card suggests. And as we progress into the week ahead, we have got the Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords. So this is definitely really ringing true to that Seven of Cups of being a bit overwhelmed and uncertain of what's to come, and wishing you had more information, wishing you had more answers, wishing you knew what they felt or thought, or what unfolded their truth. What's the truth under this? Sometimes there's a lot of illusion in this, and storytelling, and with the Eight of Swords it can be stories that keep you trapped, but you're needing a time of reflection with the Four of Swords here. And this week you may feel very bound and overwhelmed emotionally and with a particular thing that you've been working through or trying to let go of or move through, but there's still quite a bit of processing here. The Three of Swords at the top here, this is the Four of Swords, but I do see this like trying to work out and sit with your truth as you process something painful, is what I'm feeling with that one. And then we also have the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords finishing out the week. So they all really line up together. There's a lot of swords energy here, a lot of mental overthinking and stress in that regard. So please do be gentle with yourself, healing, staying grounded as much as you can. You may be dealing with a rejection or being abandoned here. This is the left out in the cold card. They're in the winter and somebody's injured. It doesn't always have to be abandonment. Sometimes it's financial strain and struggle. Maybe there's something going on with your work situation. It could be, like I said though, an end of a relationship, or like something that is hard to process and let go of, and maybe it's taken a hit to your ego, or it could have taken a hit to you in some regard, something that's sense of your worth. You may feel like your worth has been challenged or something like that. The Ten of Swords is an ultimate ending. It does show that this situation has finished, but maybe you're still processing and moving through that experience still. So This is definitely an intense time, but stick with me here, because this reading is not finished, of course. And you know what, I'm drawn to this card here. Don't lose yourself trying to hold on to someone. So there's definitely that message for someone here, that there's a need to come to terms with something that's ended, and maybe you're overthinking it, and which can be a natural process, trying to figure it all out and understand why things are how they are, or what happened. Seven of Cups is a very overwhelmed energy, sometimes quite a confused energy as well. And then that Eight of Swords is trapped. So let's go to the challenge and what will help with the challenge. We have in the challenge the Five of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So this is grief and loss, that you may be experiencing a lot of emotion coming up at this time. You know, I'm just looking at the full moon there as well. We're coming into a new moon. I feel like we've just come off a full moon, but we haven't. Anyway, it's just the intensity of it all, really. So, because I'm looking at this because it's full moon in Aquarius. It's actually new moon in Aquarius that's coming up though. It's the energy that wants to be read. So yeah, here in the challenge, we do have grief and sadness and the Nine of Wands. And with the bandage over the head, it makes me feel like there's a lot of struggle mentally in stories that you've been telling that keep you protected, or not wanting to face the truth of a situation, or just really feeling the wounding of what's happened. Maybe it's psychologically affected you, the situation. Reaching out for professional support in any capacity that calls to you, please do that. If you really are struggling, lean into help. It's there for you, but you can also, you've got what it takes as well. You do. I want to remind you that God, the universe, or however you call, never gives us anything we can't handle, even if it really asks us to stretch and bend in ways we did not want to or are very uncomfortable. So what will help with the challenge? We've got the Moon and the Devil card. So this is around attachment and illusion. This energy is asking you. I want to kind of, because of the full moon, I kind of want to read this card. I will in a sec, but the moon is often about our subconscious realm, our fears, and it can be very much illusions. And when the Devil's here as well, it's a strong attachment to something. So what will help with the challenge is releasing yourself from attachments, and allowing the process, so without holding on, allowing yourself to move through probably a really uncomfortable time, but being honest with yourself and letting go. Nine of Swords is the bottom deck energy. So look, it's an honest reading. It may not be a comfortable reading, but it is an honest reading. And I know when I'm going through a hard time such as this in my own way, it's only when I'm going through a hard time that I lean into a YouTube reading and find whatever the one Spirit sends in the algorithm, and it's always the one. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate an honest reader, someone that's able to really tell it how it is and validate my experience, instead of sugarcoating and making it all soft and fluffy, because sometimes it's not, and that's reality. And personally, I appreciate that, as long as it also comes with love and care as well. There's some readers can be brutal. Anyway, I'm going to go to this moon card, full moon in Aquarius, because it says to be real, and that's what I'm getting here. It's like you're really being asked to come to terms with something and be really true and real with yourself. So it says here, be real. Sometimes we pursue someone or something for all the wrong reasons. Our ego gets involved, and before we know it, we're driving ourselves crazy by chasing something that may not even be right for us. And that's the Seven of Cups energy there, feeling trapped to something here. This card reminds you that sometimes you need to back off a little, worry less, and trust more. Life is about fun and laughter, but you'll take all the fun out of it if you spend too long in your head rather than in your heart. You might win, but it might not be a great victory. Release. That's the Seven of Cups again, of careful what you're wishing for there too. The manifestation affirmation of this card is, the truth empowers me and sets me free. And honestly, at a time of an eclipse week, Saturn moving, Venus in conjunct Pluto, Scorpio, all of this energy, and I'm sure much more than on your own personal level that I can't touch on because I don't see your chart. It's a time to there's no avoiding anymore. That's the thing. So if there's something you're needing to really let go of and accept, it will take you to a better place. And we've all been there. If you can reflect on a time in the past where you haven't wanted to let go, but then when you did, you found yourself somewhere even better. Spirit has a divine wisdom, and sometimes our stories and our egos and our attachments with the devil here on the moon, the stories we tell ourselves that aren't actually true, or maybe they're fed to us by someone else. Be careful who reads for you. Be careful where you get messages from. Turn within to find those truths. And then careful of those stories you have in there too. Drop into the heart rather than their mind. Yeah, it feels like a time to be very gentle with yourself, and do not lose yourself trying to hold on to someone or something. This could be something as well, of course. And I want to hold these up as well. You're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. We all do. We don't grow from comfort. We really don't. I mean, it's nice. It happens. We get comfort from time to time, and it's good to bring comfort to ourselves and others. But if we really want to grow, we have to be uncomfortable. We have to move into discomfort. Lessons in life will repeat until they are learned. So maybe then that's the thing, like maybe you're recycling an old lesson right now, but it's coming up because it's time to clear it. It's time for you to liberate. It's time for you to lift. This isn't going to hold you down anymore. I don't know if you can hear the kids screaming past. I love it. Every day after school, they're the cutest little voices. So you also have, don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. Do not fear letting go and moving into the void and embracing something that you may not even know. There's a gift coming, I do feel. So in what you don't see coming, let's have a look at that. We've got the Hermit. You're definitely being asked to turn within, and it kind of makes me want to pull up this card of wisdom, because that's it. You've got this inner wisdom. You've got this inner guiding light. So we also have the Five of Swords in this area, along with the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So you're being asked for a time to turn within, to take care of yourself, to pull back from the world, from the stories, maybe even the readings. I do feel like for some particular person, if you're watching particular readings, obsessing about a situation and trying to get answers, sometimes the reader may interpret it in a way that feeds the illusion, and that's not healthy and helpful. But your heart will find the way. Your heart knows the truth. And with the Five of Swords, this is mind games and mental manipulation and battlefields that just nobody feels good about. It's something to definitely leave behind. So you're being asked to unplug from the battle, unplug from that, and it could be just in your own mind. It could be with others. But turn to yourself, and as you do, your energy is gonna shift. We've got the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups next. So after a period of being on your own and working through this, whatever this is for you, and please lean into any support that's around you if you need it. But again, I do believe the Hermit is there to encourage you to do this because you've got what it takes. The Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups is a kind of a renewal in fulfillment and love and joy. The Six of Wands is like, it's often actually the card where somebody's returned from war and everyone's like, yay, our hero, and that's the thing. When you return back to yourself after whatever this is you've been going through, those people that care about you, those people that are around you, they're going to notice and they're going to be clapping for you. People are rooting for you. People love you. I feel this so deep in my solar plexus and my heart. Like I want to cry. It's actually quite intense. I love tapping into that in a reading, but like as soon as I speak on it, it dissipates, and that's good. And that's the thing. Invite the feelings in. It's something I've been working on lately. No matter what the feeling is, instead of identifying with it, I just say hello to it and welcome it in, and then breathe and create space between myself and that emotion. Maybe that's a practice you might like to try. Whether it's hello frustration, hello envy, hello joy, whatever it might be, hello desire, whatever it is. There's just a few that come to mind. Okay, so Six of Wands, you're going to come out of it victorious. You're going to come out of this time and you're going to be on top, and your cup is going to be fulfilled. The rainbow is a promise after the storm that everything's going to be good. It's going to be okay. There's going to be a really good turn of energy for you. There's going to be healing You're going to be real with yourself. You're going to bring in a lot of abundance. You're going to clear what's needed for you to be adaptable and to grow. And the thing that's why, I don't know if I said it before, but really the thing about clear quartz, it's one of those crystals that when you're a baby witch, they always tell you, if you don't have a particular crystal, you can always lean into crystal quartz to program it to be the energy of any other crystal. It is so, what's the word for it? I don't even know. Adaptable, that's not it. I wanted a better word. I'm not going to chase it. I'm sure you've got one for me. But I do feel like there's a part of you that's ready to shine and grow. It's just needing this clearing and release. And after that, things are it's going to be good. And it's clarified here in the outcome. Let's go back to this first of all, though. The Nine of Swords is sleepless nights. It's overwhelm, it's anxiety, it's fear. It really, I feel like cruelty in the mind as well. Yeah, breathe to create space in that. But so this is the underlying energy. You're dealing with some pretty intense things right now, but the outcome is positive. We've got the Sun, the Magician, and the King of Swords. The King of Swords is interesting to come up here because it's asking you to lean into your intellect. You know, this is about putting the emotion aside, which is exactly what I was touching on before about, like, welcome it in. Don't push it away. Don't bypass. Don't suppress. Let it have its moment. Say hello to it. Acknowledge it as a human experience, but then breathe and don't identify with it. It's just a moment. It will pass. It's just a feeling. It's so easy to identify and fall into, though. And the Magician shows me that you have that capacity, and the King of Swords, right? You have that capacity to breathe light into the situation, to lean into all the resources that you have as a magician. You can create a damn good reality. And I do believe that there is something, when you're in this energy, you come back into the Six of Wands energy, it's victorious energy, and your heart is full, you are really going to be creating something magical for yourself. But letting that, like, this is like death throes of something. It feels like once you get through this, it's just the getting through this part. I do feel it's a challenge. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit too dramatic, but it's how it's coming out. So you'll know it. You'll still be here at this point in the reading if it's for you. Otherwise you would have clicked off. So let's get into these oracles. I'm not going to do the pendulum today. I felt really drawn to leave that because I feel like we're kind of just needing to be open. We're just needing to be open to whatever's unfolding, because this is a really profound shift that's happening. It's not your everyday vibe at all. And I like, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, and we got Uranus as well coming in, about to hit Gemini again, like, because it went back to Taurus. And Uranus is a 7-year transit that brings such big revolution, you know, on a personal level. And if you might like to look at what house Gemini is for you to see where that's going to affect you, it's a 7-year cycle. Saturn is like 2.5, 3-year cycle. How many years is Pluto? Is it 8? I don't know. I'm showing my novice here. I would never call myself an adept astrologer, but I certainly love to continue learning, and I always will. If you want an adept astrologer, Mapping Your Soul Astrology. What a goddess. Check her out. But anyway, that could be a really healing thing, actually. I did have an astrology reading from her, and it's probably one of the most single, profoundly healing sessions I've ever booked. Anyway, Deer and Oat, healing. I'm going to read the upright and the reverse meaning, take either or both. But the upright is rest and recharge. Moderation and mindfulness are key as you recover from trauma or a period of intense exertion. And the reverse, you may be feeling overwhelmed and in need of a break. Consider withdrawing for a while to heal in isolation. And we see that with the Hermit. It's going to be good for you to pull back from the dramas, pull back from whatever this is. The inquiry questions is, how do I rest and recharge? What practices nourish my soul? I've been feeling really drawn to yin yoga lately. Yin is a specific yoga, maybe you already know about it, but some may not. And yin is such a delicious, restorative, nourishing practice. Give it a go. Book a class or watch a video and do it at home. Yeah, I do feel that's really needed right now for many. So you also have the owl spirit with wisdom, and wisdom really is something you have in bucket loads. You can apply it to this situation. You don't have to repeat patterns, and you already know. Okay, so abounding insight, profound majesty and grace are available to you now, simply by pulling your awareness inward Ancient wisdom is emerging. You know the truth. Trust your intuition and perceptions right now. You are a truth seeker and a truth sharer. The excellent sight of an owl in the darkness corresponds with your ability to perceive the reality of a situation, even in the murkiest of conditions. When this card chooses you, you are at an event of time of profound illumination and transformation. Like, I don't read these before I hit record, and it just, like, is it not what this astrology is bringing for us, you know? The owl sits at the shoulder of Athena and Merlin, revealing sacred truths. In some native cultures, the owl is called the night eagle, for it has the majesty of an eagle, but it works silently in the darkness of night. This card can also mean that it's time to embrace your dark side as well as your light. Through doing so, you will be in balance. And we've seen that as well with the Chariot before. We're balancing those tension of opposites. We're letting room for the whole experience that is you. We're not shunning, we're not bypassing, we're embracing, we're letting it come forward. We're seeing it, witnessing it, holding it, and moving through. All right. Yeah, I feel too intense right now, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sure someone appreciates it. We also have the card Abundance, and I'm really happy to finish on this one for you. Everything is blossoming in life. Open yourself to receive. Abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity are ready to be activated in your life. And it's so true. Like, this is it. Like, from this to this, in what you don't see coming, 6 of Wands, you're going to bounce back. You're going to bounce back like you've never bounced back before, and find a part of yourself you didn't even know existed. It's going to, all right, settle down. Okay, life desires you to prosper. You are moving towards an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. Opportunities are limitless. However, you must take action in the direction of your dreams. Don't wait for abundance to fall in your lap. Take steps. Give deeply and fully. Don't hold back. This card reveals that it's a great time to make investments. The more you give with a free and open heart, the more you will receive. Be grateful for what you already have, and even more will flow to you. Definitely an abundant mindset is so important as you move through this, because when you are creating from a blank canvas, you really do want to, and you will, like Magician's Sun, you want to come from that place that's going to bring you so much joy. And trust that trust that you can, trust that it's coming, trust you are worthy. This is a time of profound healing and facing things, and yeah, I'm sending my love to you, Group 3. I know you got what it takes here, and of course, even if just commenting below, some people like to reply to those comments and offer support, because that's the type of people we have around here, gorgeous, supporting humans. So yeah, if you want to share, please do down below, and it might also help someone else feel not so alone. They'll see, oh, I'm a Group 3 too, what did they say? And then they'll feel like, you know, we're in this together, and maybe you have a bit of wisdom to share for some other Group 3s going through this. So yeah, that's what I have for you, beautiful people. I hope this reading gives you comfort, clarity, and guidance for this transition. And if you'd like to book any kinesiology balance in particular, but tarot of course is available as well, I'm more than happy to support you in this time. So I'll leave it with you, Group 3. Be very kind and gentle with yourself, and I really look forward to reading for you all again soon. Take care.